In this video, we're going to go through on Nanyang Primary School end of year examination 2024 Primary 5 Math Paper 1. So let's get started on the first question. It says here in the number 87.65, the digit is the 10th place. So over here, what we can do is we can say that, okay, so what is in the 10th place? If you want to recall, 80 over here is the tens place. 7 is the ones place. Then 0.6 is a common mistake is people think this is the 1th place, but it's not. So this is the 10th place. And 0.05 is the 100th place. Not 100th place. So the answer to this is 6, right? So the answer is this over here. Okay, so option number 3. Let's move on to question number 2. Says here express 0,000 7,045 grams. Okay, so we know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1 times 1,000 equal to 1,000 grams. Okay, so then 1 gram is equal to 1, and then we divide it by 1,000. Okay, in this case over here, right? This is in kilograms, right? Kg. So 7,045 grams is equal to 7,045 divided by 1,000. Okay, and this gives us 7.045 kilograms. And that's it. So the answer to this is 7,045 kilograms. Alright, let's move on to question number 3. So in the square grid below, which line is perpendicular to FD? So FD, okay, so I'm going to draw the line in red. So FD is over here. Okay, so which line is perpendicular? It's either AF, BE, or CD, right? So only thing is you can use a ruler. So I'm going to use a ruler over here to measure what is this, which is perpendicular. So in this case over here, you can see that if I were to draw this like this, okay, so AF is perpendicular, EB is not perpendicular, and CD is not perpendicular. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to draw a line, maybe blue or green. Okay, blue. So to see if this is perpendicular, right? So this is perpendicular. So A and F is perpendicular. That's what you see over here. So I'm going to put it like this. Okay, is perpendicular, right? Like this. Okay, so I'm gonna draw this over here. This one is not perpendicular, sadly, and this is not, oops, and this is, oops, gonna, oh my god, and I'm just going to put it over here, right, over here. Okay, so A and E, orange, put the line is over here, it's not, and then make this as purple, and then for CD I'm gonna make this into a different one. See over here. Okay, so in this case the answer is ENF. Wait, I'm gonna move this over here. Okay, so answer is ENF over here. Alrighty. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. Okay, it says here a printer can print 12 pages in 60 seconds. How long will this printer take to print 30 pages? Alright, so we know 12 pages, okay, is done in 60 seconds. So one page, okay, is equal to 60 divided by 12 equal to 5 seconds. And then 30 pages is equal to 30 times 5, and this will give 150 seconds. Alright, there you go. So the answer to this is option number 4 over here. Okay, let's move on. Question number 5. Susan baked 80 cupcakes. 56 of them were strawberry cupcakes and the rest were chocolate cupcakes. What percentage of the cupcakes baked were strawberry cupcakes? All right. So in this case over here, we just can put 56 over 80, right? Then we just multiply this by 100. Okay, so times 100 and then percent, right? So in this case over here, what we can do is we can divide this by 8. Yes. Okay, so this is equal to, right, I'm gonna put this here as well. Gotta put here as this, then strawberry percentage. Okay, so 56 divided by 8, you can divide by 8, so you divide it by 8. Okay, and then we divide 80 by 8 as well. So then this will then become, right, 7 out of 10. Okay, and then we multiply by 100%. Okay, so we cancel this and cancel this, right, over here. Okay, then what would this do? This is equal to 7 times 10. This equal to 70%. There you go. The answer to this is 70%, right? Which is option number 4 over here. All right, let's move on to question number 6. Mutu had $220. He spent 80% of his money. How much money did he spend? Okay, so Mutu spent, okay, which is equal to, in this case, 20%. So 20%, right? Okay, I'm just going to put here 20% and then multiply 0. So this is equal to 20 out of 100, right? Okay, and then you multiply this. Okay, let me just put this as 220 multiplied by 20%. So I can move this thing over here. So this is the same, 220, okay, multiplied by 20 out of 100. Okay, that's what you see over here. Okay, so now you just simplify this. So you can cancel the 0 over here, and then you can cancel the 0 over here, and then you can cancel the 10 over here. I'm gonna put it red, and then I'm gonna cancel 0 over here. Okay, so now what will this become? This will then become 22 times 2, which is equal to $44. There you go. So the answer to this is $44. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna put it black. Okay, I'm gonna just do this. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. Okay, in the figure below, AEC is a straight line. Okay, and BC is a perpendicular to AC. AE is equal to 8 centimeters, BE is 10 centimeters, and BC is 7 centimeters. What is the area of the triangle ABE? Okay, so in this case, so triangle ABE base is equal to A and E, which is equal to 8 centimeters. Okay, and then triangle ABE height is equal to BC, which is 7 centimeters. Okay, whoops, right? So note base and base, oops, base and height must be perpendicular. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw this. Okay, so then triangle ABE area is equal to half times base times height, which is then equal to half times base is 8 centimeters times height is 7, and what is in this case, so half times 8 is 4 times 7, which is equal to 28 centimeter square. There you go. So the answer is 28 centimeter square. All right, let's move on to question 8. So in the square grids below, which of the following is true for the following triangles? So BE is an obtuse angle triangle. So what's obtuse? Okay, so obtuse means more than 90 degrees, right? Oops, degrees. Okay, however, B is a right angle triangle. Okay, so in this case over here, this is wrong. Dang, so I'm going to put a red mark here. All right, let's move on. C is an equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle, equilateral triangle, equilateral triangle, right over here have all angles as 60 degrees. So 60 degrees. However, C is a right angle as well, right? So I'm gonna put the red here, put this. Okay, C is a right angle. That's what you see over here. Okay, same goes to B over here, right? B is also a right angle. So that means this is wrong as well, right? Okay, let's move on. A and D are isosceles triangle. So AD is isosceles triangle. How you know? So in this case, A, right, and D has equal sides, and that means both are isosceles. So I'm gonna move this isosceles triangle has equal uh, A and D has equal sides. What do you call this? Equal. Yeah, I guess equal sides. And this why this is a tick. There you go. Right. And then lastly, B and D. So B is a right angle, but D is not a right angle, but a isosceles triangle. That's why you see over here. That means this is wrong. So that means the answer to this, okay, I'm gonna move it here. The answer to this is this thing over here. So 3, gonna move it like that. Alrighty. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 9. So in the case of 45 children, in a class of 45 children, 27 are girls and the rest are boys. What's the ratio number of boys to girls? So we know girls is equal to 27. Then we also know the total is equal to 45. Okay, and then boys boys is equal to 45 minus 27. This will give us 18. So ratio to boys is to girls is equal to, so boys is 18 and then girls is 27. So what can we divide them with? So we can divide them with 9, right? So both of them can be divided by 9 in this case over here. So that means 18 divided by 9 is 2, 27 divided by 9 is 3. So the answer to this is 2 is to 3, and this is the answer. Option number 1. Let's move on to question number 10. The figure below shows a solid formed using 1 centimeter cube. What is the volume of the solid? So you need to count now, right? So I will say first layer, okay, in this case over here, is equal to 3. Okay, and then we have second layer is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9, 10. Okay, it's equal to 10 cubes, right? 10 cubes. Okay, and then 3 cubes. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So total is equal to 3 plus 10, which is equal to 13 cubes. Okay, so total volume is equal to 13 times 1 centimeter cube, which is then equal to 13 centimeter cube in this case over here. All right, there you go. So that means this is option number 4. Okay, let's move on to question 11. One third of a number is 45. What is the number? Okay, so this one, I think one third of a number is 15, right? Then 3 of a number, all right, is equal to 15 times 3 is equal to 45. So the answer is 4 over here. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 12. Okay, arrange the following fractions from the smallest to the greatest. So we can make the numerators. So compare fractions by having same numerators. Okay, so like this, compare fractions by having same numerators. So in this case over here, we times 2. Okay, and then we times 2. Okay, times 2, and then we times 2 as well. Okay, so once all have same numerators, once all have same numerators, then once all have same numerators, what do you call this? Then that means the lower the denominator, the bigger it is, like this, right? Okay. Okay, so for 1 over 10, what would this become equal to? So this will become 2 out of 20, right? In this case over here, right? So we have 2 out of 7 remain as is. Okay, so what about 1 over 3? What would be 2 over 1? So for 1 over 3, the answer is 2 over 3 times 2 is, in this case, is 6. Okay, and then we have 2 over 21. So to just give you an example, right? So if we have 1 over 3, so that means we have, let me put this here like this. So you got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I'm gonna make this equal like that. And then this is shaded. That's why it's over here. So if we have 1 over 4, right? So we will have the same like this. Okay, but this time we're gonna split this into 4, right? So I'm gonna copy this actually, and then paste it like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna create another one. So 1 over 3 and 1 over 4 different. So I'm gonna put like this. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna put 2 and then 2. Okay, so this and this. Okay, and then same thing, 2 over 5, so forth, right? So 2 over 5. So it's over here, because then we'll put over here. Okay, and then we will just reduce this into something even smaller. Okay, so you can see lah, right? This is a good example, I would say. So for example, right? So 203, 205, and then okay lah. So from here, we know the smallest is okay, the biggest lah. The biggest is 2 over 6. Okay, greatest is 2 over 6. I'm gonna draw a rectangle. Oops. Draw a rectangle like this. Right? 2 over 6. Then which one is the smallest? The smallest is 2 over 21. So I'm gonna put here smallest. Okay. So 2 over 21 is the smallest and 1 over 3 is the greatest. Then which one is the middle? So I'll say second smallest. Okay, is this one. Right. So I'm gonna put a rectangle here as well. So second smallest is this. So that means it's 1 over 10. So this means this is the answer. Right? 2 over 7. Oh no. That's, yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, there you go. All right, there you go. Okay, so that's 12. Let's move on to question 13. Right, find the average of the following five numbers. Okay, so total numbers is 5. Then total is equal to 436. 44 plus 36. I'm gonna put like this. 44 plus 36 plus 44 plus 24. Okay, so 44 plus 36, this is 80. And then plus 44 plus, sorry, 36 plus 24, right? Then this will be 365, 60. Okay, and this will be 140. Okay, so average is equal to 140, and then we divide it by 5. This will give us 8 at the end, so this should be 28. Okay, so the answer to this is 28. That's what I see over here. All right. So to just double confirm the division, 140 divided by 8, this should be 28. That's what I see over here. Okay, let's move on to question 14. Question number 14. Peter made a total of 12,800 keychains in 40 weeks. The number of keychains he made each day from Monday to Wednesday was twice as many as number of keychains he made from each day from Thursday to Friday. He don't make any keychains on Saturday and Sundays. How many keychains did he make? Right. So in this case, we have this one, twice as many. Right. So that means Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is equal to 2 units. Right. Monday to Wednesday, uh, each day, each day from Monday to Tuesday is 2 units worth of keychains, and then each day from Thursday to Friday is equal to 1 unit. So from here, we can just say total in 1 week is equal to 2 units plus 2 units plus 2 units, and then plus 1 unit plus 1 unit. So in this case, I'm just going to draw some arrows. So this is from Monday, month to Wednesday. Okay lah, no need lah, right? So yeah. Okay, 2 units and 6 units, right? So 40 weeks is equal to 12800. So 1 week is equal to 12800, and then we divide this by 40, so we can cancel the zeros. Right, cancel 0, and then we can cancel 0 as well. So 1280 divided by 4, this will give us 320. Okay, this will be keychains. Okay, keychains, and then we have keychains. Okay, so then in this case, we know 8 units in 1 week, so 8 units is equal to 320 keychains, right? And then 1 unit is equal to 320, and then we divide it by 8, and this will give us 40 keychains, right? So in this case, the answer is 40. That means option number 2. All right, so last question number 15. A tank contained 4.5 liters of water. All the water was poured into 3 empty bottles. The first bottle contained twice as much as water as the second bottle. The second bottle contained 3 times as much water as the third bottle. How much water was there in the second bottle over here? Right, so first bottle is twice as much as the second bottle. Okay, so we have first bottle and we have second bottle. So if we were to draw, let me draw the models like this. So 1 and then 2. Okay, and then so the first bottle contained twice as much as the second bottle in this case. So this is 1 and 2. And then the second bottle contains 3 times as much. So this is by the third bottle. So third. Okay. Second bottle contained 3 times as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like this 1, and then we put another 1, and we put 2 like this. Okay. Then I'm going to put a rectangle that is a little bit small like this over here. All right. So this is 3 times. I'm going to put a line. I'm going to put like this. Okay. And then I'm going to put this. Like, okay. Something like this. Okay. All right. So from here, we can also copy and paste this in the middle like this, and copy and paste and put in the middle like this. So in this case, we can put the arrows. This will be equal to uh, 6 units. All right, and then this will be 3 units. 3 units. And we know this one single one is 1 unit. That's what you see over here. Okay, oops, not 3 units. Okay, and the total is 5.4 liters. 5.4 liters. Okay, so in that sense, we have 6 plus 3, 6 units plus 3 units plus what do you call this, 1 unit. Okay, is equal to 5.4 liters. So 10 units equal to 5.4 liters. Okay, so we want to know the second bottle. So 1 unit is equal to 5.4, and then we divide it by 10. This will give us 0.54 liters. 54 liters. And then yeah, what's that, the second bottle? Okay, so second bottle, and second bottle has how many? It's equal to 3 units, so that means 3 units equal to 0.54, and then you multiply by 3. So I'm going to put 0.54, and then we multiply this by 3. Okay, let's do the workings. So over here, we can just put, in this case, 4 times 3, this will be 12. So we're going to put number 1 here on top. Okay, 5 times 3 is equal to 16. And then point, okay, and then 0.54. Then we just put 1. Okay, 1.62 in this case. Okay, right, put the 1 on top. So the answer to this is 1.62 liters. So the answer to this is option number 2 in this case over here. All right, let's move. That's all for paper 1. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of video, subscribe down below and comment down what other papers you want me to go through next. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.